So, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Um, I could not think this game would be as awesome as it was. There was points where I really believed the story shined, and there's other times when I thought the story was gonna crash, was just gonna be terrible. I mean, there's a side character named Johnny who is annoying, and you really just want him out of the game, but then he makes his own little place in the game. He's just, it's better than some of the other characters they could have created. He's also could have been added a little bit better. Really, when it boils down to what this review is about, I just finished the game last night. I haven't done any extra playthroughs yet. I haven't spoiled anything other than the alternate scene that you can have with Aerith or Tifa. Tifa, sorry. I'm going to get butchered if I don't say it right. I had to play in that game for friggin' 30-something odd hours. And I got Tifa, and then I saw that people were like, oh yeah, there's a Aerith video out there too. I'm like, how did I miss that? I was exploring everything. And it's like, no, your choices actually matter on how the game will play itself out and what will happen. And I'm wondering, really now at this point, if the other Final Fantasies are going to connect with the choice making, or if you're just going to have to, just basically repick, or if they're all going to be different. I mean, they could ultimately end up just going the Mass Effect route of 3, and your choices in the other games don't actually matter, and we're just going to go with the fact that we're going to end it how we want to end it. That's all. Yeah, this scene flipped me out when I saw it happening. Them going, him walking out to this old town. I wish they kind of worked on this a little more. But then again, they did a lot for stuff that hasn't happened yet. So you're not going to be you're not going to be overtold anything. There's points in the game where where you're going to have flashback scenes or flash forward scenes even. But again, I don't want to say what happens exactly. I'm going to try not to say what happens. I'm pretty bad with that. But yeah, through and through, this game pushed itself to the limit to really show that they are adamant about showing that they know the story, they know what fans were looking for, and what they added was insanely good. I mean, there was points where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this so much, and they came around and proved me wrong. I mean, even the change in the voice actors. I'll say this. I wish I had the previous voice actors in this game. I wish there was a choice, but we're not going to get them back, unfortunately. They were contracted probably for only a certain amount of games, and since they were working with the Kingdom Hearts games, I'm pretty sure Square Enix saw them as a way to connect to another company now. Doubt it. I mean, I'm rambling on my own thought process, so I mean, that could very well be not what happened. And they were just like, honestly, yeah, we're remaking it, so we want all new voice actors. Which I'm still surprised to this day they got the guy who played Superman on Arrow and Flash to be Sephiroth. Did not see that coming. Did not see his voice ever playing Sephiroth, and then in this game, holy crud, it was actually really nice. There's a bit that they changed. You listening, Merc? One false move. Here we go. This was actually kind of a cool theme. Although, how is she? They also brought this up, and then he's flashing back a lot to this scene, and you'll find out. I mean, he walks into the bar whenever they first show up, and he mentions 5 years ago, and you see Tifa like, what? What do you mean 5 years? I mean, I haven't seen you since we were kids. Like, what? And it's they drop nice little hints like that throughout the game, which are amazing. It's just, if you played the previous games, you know what they're talking about. But they play them out in this game in a whole new light that was amazing. I mean, right here, I was kind of like, I wish they kind of mentioned or said something, because they originally had soldiers running out shooting at them, and you know, this part right here where he shoots a zip line, it breaks, and I guess that makes sense, because later on you get another set of zip lines. But I was a little annoyed he didn't say like, oh, I know how they work, you know, these ones dependable, or made some kind of joke, because right there is just snapped. And they later show the same, what looks like the same model. Oh, brightness. They later show the same model carrying 3 people, and you're just like, what the fuck? Let's see here. There's a really famous scene here, well, infamous scene, I should say, that everyone's kind of talking about. Why not? Easy does it. Mister, move over, girls. A new. There we go. Honeybee dance scene. This was annoyingly more fun to watch and to play than I want to admit. Even though I'm admitting it right now. It's a dance game. I mean, it's hit the buttons, repetition. I mean, you did the same thing when you're doing the squats and all that. But it was like uncomfortable and oddly entertaining, because I was pretty much airy in the crowd after each scene. I was just like, you know, you know. The direction to go with a lot of this hits them home more on all the emotional impact that all the characters feel. You have Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge, and all them, and and you actually feel tense in this game, and because they have the time to set up all those moments. Where previously it was just like, oh, well, you know, we got to do this because this is all 8-bit can do, or well, Polygon can do, because you know they're trying it out, and they masterfully set up each moment. Now there are points, I mean, it is Final Fantasy, there will be narrative where they kind of feel like they just ignored certain things, or they just came back and they left other things out, but it really was kind of impressive. I mean, this is also an improvement. Tifa and Aerith are like best friends. It's insane. They were like, the only 2 women on the party, you know. And but of course, also Cloud and Barrett end up having a reconcile at some point, and by the end of it, they're just more understanding of each other. I mean, it's a great build-up, because Barrett even explains at one point, he's like, whenever I met you, I thought you were a cold-hearted, you know, asshole, you know, basically.
It's okay. Use on the battlefield. If anything, it's a liability. In that wall.
Here we go.
The guns will get you over and past it, along with any number of other obstacles. But they're one-way tickets. So once you start up, there's no...
Yeah, so you just got the grappling hook.
You should probably get your affairs in order.
So, when this is over, you gonna go on being a merc?
That's the plan.
Reckon it suits you.
See, this is
It does.
just fun.
Used to think you were a little shit with a big attitude and a bigger inferiority complex. Quite possibly the worst person I have ever met.
But
That was before I figured you out.
overall, I think anybody who looks at this game and passes it up is missing out on an immense story, an adventure that literally is going to be taking place over multiple games, which Final Fantasy VII always was a game that should have been multiple games. It got its own movie. It got spin-off games. It got fanfic where people literally, I mean, it had a conspiracy theory, for crying out loud, for years, where people were saying, oh yeah, you can revive Aerith, and you can bring this person back to life, and you can do this with this person, and it's like, people believed it. This was before the internet, of course, before everybody had Google to bring up the real facts, but honestly, in my opinion, I say it is a 9.5 out of 10. And that 0.5 was only because I don't know. I miss the voice actors from Advent Children. I think Sephiroth was a lot more imposing. Then again, you don't get him too much in this game. You get a good bit of him, but there was a lot missing. So pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake. You will not be disappointed. If you are, I would be disappointed that you couldn't enjoy it. It's as simple as that. It is really one of those games that I could tell anybody to play. And there is a casual mode, there is an easy mode, there is a hard mode. It is literally meant for you to enjoy the story and the game. So
that's where
it is hard pressed to say that anybody would find this game amazing.
We've made it through worse, you know.
Hope you guys all have a great day. Hope you guys put a like and subscribe and all that fun stuff to my channel. I'm not expecting you to, of course, but because I'm more doing this because I really just want to say something about the game. And it's one of those games that came back from the dead for me, and I'm glad it's out for a new generation to enjoy, and for the old generations to experience.
Just remember, we can't come back.
I mean, this whole scene was, oh my god, enhanced. This was pretty much like quadruple time of what the original took you to get to. I'm over talking past my exit. Anyway, have a good day, guys.